Wow!
Hello, guys! Oh, welcome
Hello.
back. We are back, finally. Yeah, we're back with an update. The team has been on vacation, but we're all back now at work. Well, still remotely, as you can see.
Yeah.
But they are working hard on getting the game ready. And this time, we're actually going to try out a new video format. A monthly video update where we tell you guys what's going on and some stuff about the game and how everything is going, and the plans forward. So we hope you like it. And of course, if you have any suggestions or tips, please leave them down below in the comments. And we shall try to do our best to become the best.
Yes.
So yeah, Molly, do you have anything you want to talk about this time?
Yes. So since we're doing this little update video thingy, I brought a few points that I thought I should maybe talk a bit about. Just to keep you guys a bit more on track, maybe on what's going on and everything. So the first point is about how everything's going basically with our production. So as you may know, we're 7 developers working on Equestrian. And you might have seen on social media recently that we actually posted some job ads that we're hiring more developers. So we're looking for new developers to join our team. And the reason for this is actually because 2 of our developers have recently had to leave the team, unfortunately, either for like temporary parental leave or permanently. So unfortunately, this of course will affect our production speed and rate a bit, since we lost 2 team members. And even when we get the new team members on board, I think it will take a while for us to really for the new team to completely get to know each other and understand each other and work really well together. So that's just the stuff that happens. Sometimes you can't always foresee these things. But of course, we're doing our best to get some new team members in. So hopefully soon we will be able to welcome a couple of new team members and maybe force them to appear in our videos. I don't know. No, then no one would be wanting to work with us. But I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be very exciting.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so that was the first talking point. And the second talking point, I guess tangents that a bit, but it's about our social media, because I usually keep an eye on our social media to just see how you guys, the community, are doing and what you're thinking and talking about. So I wanted to address some concerns that I've seen and some questions that I've seen, because I've seen some comments from some people who have been following us for a long time and who really care about the production, who are wondering how is everything going, because you on our social media we show many visual stuff, and of course, since we're a game dev team, we have different roles, people who work on different parts of the game. So we have artists working on the art, and then we have the designers designing stuff and doing spreadsheets, and we have programmers programming stuff and all that. But actually, on our social media, we post mostly the artists' work. And I know we recently posted a code snippet just for fun, but honestly, we don't really post code or spreadsheets. So naturally, when you look at our feed, it's a bias towards the artist's work, which is tack and clothes and horses and animations and rocks and trees and trail rides. So I guess it can maybe be a bit misleading when you just look at the feed, because then maybe it seems like that's all we do. And of course, that's what the artists do, because that's their job. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to bring it up to assure all of you that the programmers and the designers are working super hard on their things, which is like programming the game's features and so on. And I just wanted you to feel calm and assured in that. But if you have any like suggestions on what you want to see or how we can incorporate the different disciplines in game development, you can just let us know, and we will happily try it out. Maybe post some more code snippets. Oh, I don't know. But I just wanted to touch on that. Okay, so moving on to the third point, and that is regarding one of the most, or the the one and only, the one most common question that we get on everywhere on social media and email and everything, and that is of course how the production is going and when the game will be released. And as all of you probably know, we have been very hesitant to announce a release date, and the reason for this is simply because we don't know when the game will be ready. And I know some of you have been following us for quite a long time, so you might remember what we used to think back in the day, because we actually started this whole thing in 2017, which is like a while ago now.
Yeah.
But back then, our aim was to make a much smaller game, and with only 3 developers instead of like a bigger team that we're now. And then the plan originally was actually to release it in 2018, but that didn't happen, as you know. Partly because like our one programmer that we had on the team had to leave the project, sadly. And we also discovered, because we started our social media so early, we could communicate with the players, and we realized that we really wanted to change the design of the game and change the scope. For example, we wanted to add riding. That wasn't planned for the beginning, actually. Back then, the plan was just to have click the training button and the horse would go train, But then we realized that we really, really wanted to add actual riding. And that, of course, was a huge change in the scope and the design of the whole game. So naturally, a 2018 release wasn't, on the map anymore. But we've been developing on since then, as you all know, if you've been following us. And last year, we announced that the beta would be starting the first half of 2020, which it did. So it started in February of this year and has been going on since. And we still invite players every now and then, so we'll keep doing that. Just keep an eye out on our social channels and your inbox, of course, if you sign up, and you may get an invite. But so we're at this stage now where we have these amazing play testers who actually help us a lot through submitting bug reports and just giving us feedback, so we can fix things, but at the same time develop on some of the core features of the game. And that's exactly the balance that we want at this stage, because we don't want to fully focus on just fixing bugs, because we still have a lot to do on the core experience. But we're exactly where we want it with that balance right now, I think. So basically, we will keep you guys posted whenever we have news or whenever we have a better idea on when the game will be ready. We will let you know. And I can still tell you a bit about our plans, or what the next steps will be after we have gotten further. We will of course continue with the beta testing and invite more players. And after that, we will take the game to a so-called soft launch. And a soft launch basically means that the game will be released to a smaller portion of players, and not everyone. So this usually means that we release the game in just a specific country, actually. So it may be available to you depending on where you live. And the reason why we do this is 100% because we want the game to we want to give Equestrian as big of a chance as possible to make a successful release so that we can, keep doing this. And we think that this is the way to go. It's a very common strategy to use for mobile games. And the reason we do this is because if we were to release it like globally to everyone at the same time, then there's a risk that if the game is very like unfinished and maybe buggy and everything is not working as it should, then there's a risk that many players will just give up on the game completely and not give it a second chance at all. And we don't really want that. Even though we know that so many of you guys really want to help us playtest, and we appreciate that a lot, but it will be a bit longer. And this is just what we think is the best strategy for us and the game. But with that said, we haven't decided which country it will be yet, and we haven't decided when this will be, other than that it will be next year. So that was all for my little update. I hope this was informative and maybe interesting for some of you.
Yes, I hope we answered a few of you guys' questions, so you can get some peace at heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that was it, and like we can do some new questions next time if you want like a more maybe in-depth answer to something. Just let us know.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have anything you want to let us know or any tips, you can comment them down below. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. So before we go, I just wanted to let you know that if you want to support the development of Equestrian the game, you can become a Patreon. Patrons will pledge a monthly fee to the project, and in return you will get a special gift in-game as well as a special badge in-game. You will also get access to our Discord, where you can talk to the developers, and of course me and Sean, super important, as well as the beta testers. And we just want to let you know that we are super, super thankful for all of our patrons. And we also want to stress that if you don't feel comfortable paying a monthly fee, you don't have to. We are just grateful enough that you are supporting us. And we think that it's super important that you feel the most comfortable doing what you want to do. I also want to say that you have to be 13 and older to become a Patreon. And if you, for example, don't want to become a Patreon, but still want to help out in the development and in the name of Equestrian the game, you can always just let some family members know, maybe some friends, and just spread the word. And just engage yourself in the production of the game. Yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you so much for following us. Whether you're a new follower or an old follower, we love you so, so much.
Yes, we do.
And we will see you next time.
Okay. Bye.